Hey guys, it's D Wiley with The Heartheaded Way. We are here today to talk about an update to our fitness challenge, some other things that we've uncovered in the process of starting this fitness challenge. It's been fun, it's been challenging, and so with that, we will jump right in. Today is February 17th. Shout out to my Aunt Cookie and Candace. Happy birthday. Today is their birthday today. And so 16 days in, and we did an initial weigh-in. We are going to talk about our current weight today and just let's just do it. Ready, babe?
Ready?
We went to Five Star. It's a nutrition spot out in West Little Rock, and we did a weigh-in. My initial weight was ready 162. And as of today, I am 158. So I haven't lost that much, but it's not like it's a surprise to me. But hey, progress is progress. I am not trying to do this fast and dirty in a way that I'll come back and lose it later. I want it to be steady. And so I'm okay with what I've seen so far. So, babe, what was your initial weight?
What's it? 281, 282, something like
Okay. And what are you today?
275.
Oh, are you happy with your progress?
Mm-hmm.
You are? Okay, okay. And so let's jump into what's been working or what we've been doing. And so the first week that I started this, and so a little bit of background, he and I had already started making adjustments before this. So in theory, well, not in theory, in actuality, I've lost more weight than that. But hey, we wanted to start it to really be true to documenting our progress going forward. And so first week I meal prepped. I had dinner well thought out. Peyton has texture issues, so he doesn't eat a lot of the things that we eat, and so I feel like that first week we did so good on food, fruit, veggies, like all the things were just spot on. They were perfect. Babe, what did you think about that first week with our eating and stuff?
It's good having the stuff readily available.
Yeah. Oh, that's a good point. So, and that's probably one of the first lessons that we've learned in this is that having the food readily available, where we're not having to figure it out on the fly and all the things, and just having a better choices even to choose from. So, to me, not necessarily even just meal prep, but just meal planning, just having it thought out. If I need to take meat out of the freezer, do the things, put potatoes in the oven. It was really for me an effort of planning and executing at the times that I said I was going to do all the things that I needed to do. And our meals were good. I think that we first had week. Stuff like the mixed veggies. So I sauteed like zucchini, squash,
Mm-hmm.
onion, and that's easy because I could pair that with we had the chicken thighs that I had cooked in the oven, and they were really, really good. I tried a garlic
Mm-hmm.
parmesan seasoning on them that was really, really good. And so that first week again, it was really, really good. Anyway, first week was really good. Lots of fruit, lots of veggies. He made smoothies. I took the smoothies to work. I think for me, what I've been trying to do is I don't if I get home and we eat dinner by 5:30 or 6, um, I will snack, which again, lesson learned. That'll be one of the things I continue to struggle with is my snacking that occurs at night after I've settled down. But the next morning, I don't think I typically ate breakfast until about 9:30 or 10. And for me, it was about the discipline of restraint. Like I could eat more, but I would eat just a little bit and walk away and move the food away from me. And to me, that first week, I was focused and I was going in. I feel like I did pretty good. What about you?
Um, I did pretty good. I had already started this kind of prior, so I typically don't eat till noon. But as of late, actually, since we started this, I hadn't really been hungry at noon, so I hadn't really been eating till probably when I pick Peyton up or after we get home from practice. So I probably been only having one main meal. a day, and then snacking on those, eating a pineapple
Yeah.
or whatever. But I've been doing pretty good.
Yeah. And so again, that part, that first week, and I keep saying that first week because the second week it started to get a little shaky. Because for me, why I struggle with food is variety. And so that's where I'm like, "Ugh, I'm burnt out. I don't want to do it." And so that's where I need to be more diligent about pushing forward. But let's talk about the working out. So, y'all, I got a walking pad for my desk on the days I work from home. It's not for the days I work from home necessarily, but it's been so helpful because as I've told you guys, I struggle with back pain and foot pain and all the things. And so it has been so good to work, even walk on it while I'm on calls, get off my calls and kind of speed it up. And I've been trying to get between, my goal was 15,000 steps a day. But after I saw the struggle with my time and everything, I got to figure out how to manage that space a little better. So I've been shooting for 10 to 13,000 steps a day. And that way, on the days that I'm a little short, I feel like I got me putting in those overage on some days will kind of help me balance the week out. And so um, that's been, it has not been consistent yet. Peyton had basketball games and I was trying to work out in the evenings, and I need to make some adjustments to my morning. But I'm hoping this week I'll be able to hit my goal again, 10,000 steps every day. I'm not doing a whole lot of weights or anything else like strength training, everything. I needed to develop, remember, we talking about intentions and habits. I needed to work on the habit of just being consistent and showing up in that space. Um, like I set out to do. And so that's my goal. I only want to get on the walking pad and be consistent with that without any issues of me making my 10,000 steps. And so, what about you, babe? Because you've been working out. So let's talk about that.
Uh, well, I do an hour every day, Monday through Friday at Orange Theory, and do strength, endurance, different things there Monday through Friday. And then on Saturday, I do the 90-minute class, which I did today. I think I ran like 5 miles in what 30 minutes, and did the rower and did weights this morning. I've been consistent with the Saturday class for 3 weeks now. So I've been working out 6 days a week. Well, I've been taking Peyton to the gym
Mm-hmm.
in the evening. So while I have him on the treadmill, I get on the treadmill beside him, do a mile on inclines, or I get on the elliptical just to be there as support for him. But so I guess I've been working out twice a day almost.
Yeah.
But just staying consistent.
Yeah. And that's a biggie, us pulling Peyton into the fold is especially as it pertains to like eating and all of that. And I'm slowly trying to pull him on in and trying to get him to eat additional things outside of burgers and pizza and all of that. And believe it or not, it's not like he eats a lot of candy, which is so weird.
Yeah, he
Like
don't eat sweets at
he
all.
don't eat sweets at all. Like that is not an issue of our child at all. I mean, and I say that all the time. It's so weird. Jonathan ate sweets. He didn't eat a lot of candy either. And so it's so interesting that that is the one struggle that I have that the boys just have not had a struggle with. So, babe, so all things considered, first couple of weeks, I would say eating, we were on a scale of 1 to 10. I feel like I'm gonna say I was at a 7 on my eating. And the reason it's not higher, in my opinion, is because of my nighttime stuff that I'm still continuing to do. What would you rate yours?
Probably at an 8.
Okay, that's
Yeah,
fair. Yeah,
probably
an
about
8.
8.
Okay, and so in the working out, I'm gonna give myself a 5. What would you rate yourself?
What's the highest?
Of course, he's great at everything. So you're a 10 at your working out? Okay.
11.
You're 11 at your working out? Okay, I'll take it. I'll take it. I'll take it. And so now that we've kind of did that, let's back into it and let's ask like what are some unhealthy things that we're continuing to still do? What are yours?
Um, Still not drinking enough water.
Mm, that's good.
And the guy told me I need to increase my protein intake because I'm losing weight, but I'm losing muscle as well. So he want me to increase my protein.
Oh, okay.
So
That's good. That's really, really um good. I need to what do I need to do? I got so much I need to work on. I think for me, the biggest thing is I need to choose better snacks. Again, it's the nighttime snacking, y'all. But I will say this, one of the things, and I think you just kind of highlighted that, one of the things that I believe is that um, I have I'm starting to develop a discipline here that I didn't have. And for me, it's I'm hungry, but I don't come in the house like, I need some chips. I need to put something on my stomach. And I keep like crackers, peanut butter crackers, and peanuts and things like that in my truck. And so I have something that I can grab, or a pure protein shake or something like that. I'll grab something like that just to have close to me. But I don't find myself in that space anymore where I'm just like, oh my God, I got to eat it and I got to eat it all. Um, we celebrated Valentine's this week by eating cinnamon rolls. Like that was the highlight of our Valentine's Day. And so for me, I did that I enjoyed it and didn't feel guilty about it because I ate a very light dinner. Like I didn't eat hardly that much for dinner. And it was intentional because I knew that I had gotten cinnamon rolls, and I knew I was going to want to eat them for sure later. And so, what else going forward though, babe? Do you plan to start kind of doing besides the protein thing? Or is there anything else you're going to try to incorporate or change a little bit? Are we going to do juicing? You haven't pulled the juicer down.
I don't know. I don't know about the juicer, but I I probably do need to eat more. Um, but I'm afraid of eating the wrong thing,
Mm,
and I don't want to eat, and I'm not hungry. I don't want to force anything, so I got to figure that out.
yeah,
But that's it. Just probably find something to eat.
yeah.
Yeah.
Eat a little better. That's good. So one thing I did forget, and I haven't done this yet. I went to the doctor, I think the Friday before we started all our fitness challenge stuff. And so I just went because I wanted to just talk to him about like just my overall health concerns. And let me just say this to you guys because of where I work and what I get to see every day as far as how the products that insurance companies and doctors are leveraging now to kind of support us in our well-being space. A lot of the work that we want to do is preventative. I would rather take 15 vitamins than take two controlled medications. Like for me, I don't care if they taste bad, they make me sick to my stomach. I would rather do that than have to be on something where I'm dependent
Mm.
and I can't manage without it. But I did get some nutritionist recommendations, and so I'm going to. And you reminded me of that just now. So maybe once we go see the nutritionist, they can give us the better things to eat throughout the day, and that way we can eat more. Because I think in using an app, so I started using MyFitnessPal, and one of the things MyFitnessPal and this other app, and I can't think of the name of it. I'll share it though. MyFitnessPal told me like 3 days in a row, you're not eating enough. You're not eating enough, and um, and in my head, I was intentional about not eating a lot in the day because I was trying to make room for the bad habit that I have at night. And so, to your point, I think that's the biggest thing is eating better, eating consistently, where our body doesn't go into a reserve and it's not letting go of this weight that we're trying to hold on to. And I think for me, next week, I am going to Peyton basketball season just ended. And so my goal is to try to get up and do at least a mile in the morning, nothing big, and then walk throughout the day, and then finish up in the evening. Again, trying to hit between 10K to 13K steps a day, and then in the month of March, I'll build back in the weights and all of that other stuff. And the reason I'm doing it that way, y'all, is because again, I'm trying to manage my pain state, and I don't want to overwhelm myself by trying to do a whole lot when I'm going to take my time. I want to do it in a way that I can learn to listen to my body, stop when I need to stop, and go when I can go. Were you going to say something else? Okay. So I want to switch a little bit. But before I do, because it's Heart Awareness Month, my aunt, Detrich Smith, I'm named after her. She has a company, Heart to Heart Rescue, and she provide CPR training. It is something that she's good at. It's something that she's brought my youngest son in on helping her with her business. If you guys are needing any kind of CPR training for your businesses or yourself, please reach out to her 501 425 8198. And so I wanted to shout that out because that's something she provides to our family on a regular basis. And the educational part that she adds in there is so amazing. And so I just wanted to throw that in there for her. So I want to switch gears. Unhealthy habits that we've noticed, obviously, with our eating, me with my snacking, and you maybe not eating enough. Where have you seen unhealthy habits show up in other parts of your life?
I don't know. You go first.
I would say it shows up in it shows up well it has shown up in my kids in the past, to be perfectly honest. Kids are a mirror. They will give you a mirror of yourself. And one of the things that um, I'm probably quick to do is I'll probably get mad with not all the information, without having all the information. And so the other day, I felt so bad, y'all. I was fussing at Peyton, and I'm fussing at him from a place of he should know better. Okay, he comes to me and he says, "What did I do wrong? I don't show me what I did wrong." And the fact that he did that made me feel so bad. And so I had to take a step back and was like, this is what I'm asking you to do, but you keep doing it like this. And it wasn't until he literally made the effort. Show me what I'm doing wrong because I don't see what you're saying. I felt so bad. And so for me, that unhealthy habit is I don't validate or verify in those kind of moments with him or with a lot of people sometimes that they had a good understanding of what I said. And so a lot of assumptions go into that. And again, communication saves the nation. And when you don't have it, it shows up in things like those kind of misunderstandings. And I feel so bad. But again, I felt so good that he was big enough to say, show me. And I had to apologize to him. I did apologize to him. And so it's that kind of stuff. Those kind of unhealthy habits. Like what makes me angry? What makes me laugh? What makes me not be good in friendships? I mean, I have some unhealthy patterns in those places. Like if you come up in my space too much and it's overwhelming for me, my response is to shut down. And that's not good. I could just say, "Hey, you crossed my line. I don't like you crossing that line." And probably maintain a lot of friendships, but I've lost a lot because I don't know how to manage that space well. It's just a very unhealthy pattern that I'm starting to see in myself as I deal with other people around me. Did you come up with an answer yet?
Unhealthy habits.
Yes, unhealthy habit. Surely Corey Wiley has an unhealthy habit.
Um, I can't think of nothing. No.
Okay.
Unhealthy habit. I don't like people all the time. I
Can you
li-
qualify that a little bit, babe?
um I like to be in my box by myself sometimes. I don't communicate uh
Mm.
a lot.
Hmm.
Oh well, yeah. I'm a man of few words, but
That's an unhealthy habit.
yeah, I could probably articulate a little bit better
Sure.
or whatever. But my I don't have friends. I have brothers and sisters. If somebody say they're my friend, they probably an associate. Cause my brothers and sisters, they know me, and we don't have those type of expectations of each other.
What are they doing at the mailbox? I'm sorry, y'all.
Just being nosy.
Okay. Somebody hit our mailbox earlier, and I don't know. They stood there for a minute, like
Yeah.
walking around it, trying to see what they were doing. Sorry. See, we get distracted because my husband is like G14 classified, and we got cameras to make sure we cover every part of the house. And so, um, but with that unhealthy pattern, though, um, how does that show up when it's time for you to come back and fix it? Like, is it hard for when you recognize it? Is it hard for you to come back and be like, you know what? Let me communicate the thing that I'm struggling with, or let me communicate what I did or did not like. Is that hard?
Mm-mm.
And so, what keeps you from doing it then? You saying it's an
Just,
unhealthy habit that you
just
have.
making it a priority.
Gotcha. Okay. That's fair. That's fair. And so I think that's the biggest thing for me too is making that's good. I like how you said that, making that kind of stuff a priority. I feel like I not feel like I hate to say feel. I believe that I'm for right now in my life in a season of like refining. And in this refining, I am having to be very I've become very aware of what how I show up and how I don't like a lot of things or I don't like um, things about other people. And I'm trying to ask myself, why does it matter? Why do you care? All the things. And again, I think for me, if I feel like I'm being called to be relational with people, it's the very place that I struggle. And not saying everybody don't have their struggles, but it's a major struggle for me. And so I'm really in this place of trying to look at all of those unhealthy patterns and figure out how I address them. Right now, my answer to a lot of those things that I'm still trying to work through and figure out is I'm going to remain silent. I'm going to just, if I have an issue, I may or may not share it, but I need to assess it and figure out why it's an issue for me. And I think that's the biggest. I don't know. I just feel like I'm being called to a different place, and relationships is that place. And I need to look at what I look like in that space with other people. And so anyway, that's just a big thing for me right now.
I'm all about peace. If you disturbing my peace, probably not gonna deal with you too tough.
Well, what do you mean by that
I
though?
mean, I don't want no drama, no mess, no nothing. I don't want to have to. I'm in this lane, and I'm not like the car. What's the thing in the car keep you in your lane?
Yeah,
That's where I'm at, and I don't want to be pulled out of it. I feel like at this stage in my life, I done for everybody, and all these experiences. I'm kind of focused on peace.
yeah,
I don't if I'm in disarray, I can't be any help to anybody anyway.
yeah,
So I don't mind distancing myself from things that I know triggers me. I'm more aware of my triggers. That's what I meant to say. I'm more aware of the things and the
that's good.
people that trigger me now. So I just respectfully distance myself, let them do what they do, and I stay over here.
Yeah,
I love you from a distance. I clap for you from a distance, but I don't have to be over there
yeah,
because I'm mindful of my triggers. I grew up with women. I'm emotional, and I recognize that, and I don't want to deal with a lot of stuff, and I feel like I had an option not to.
yeah. That's good. And so it's so funny to hear you say that because see, this is where he and I are so different, and I respect your thought and your approach to it. And my Dee Dee said her word for the year was peace. So it's so funny you and her both said that. And for me, my word for the year was choose. And so I think I like what you said, and I think I'm positioning myself a little bit differently in that I can still be around you, but I can choose how I draw
What's
that
the
line.
benefit?
Well, I don't so this is where I struggle back. I believe one of the greatest regrets I have is when my grandmother passed is that we had my grandmother, y'all, she wasn't a traditional grandmother by any measure of the law, but I let the thing that I struggle with her in our relationship, I let that be something that created somewhat of a wall. And it literally, no lie, y'all, when I was asked to speak at her funeral, when writing my notes about her, I realized the very thing that she brought to me and to our family, I didn't appreciate them. And so for me, was she pouring into me? She didn't have to be giving me anything, but she was giving me something, if
Mm-hmm.
that makes sense. So she was still teaching me, even in her way. It didn't have to be the way that I like, but I can sit here now and look at all the funny things that she said, all the crazy stuff she said, all the crazy experiences that we've experienced as a family, and I can step back and realize that there was still something happening in that relationship that I just did not value. And so for me, I struggle with the whole, and I'm not saying, don't get me wrong, because I'm sitting here talking like, I mean, I'm not having a lot of people in this space at all. Like that's just, yes, that's not happening. So we are very much alike in that space. But I'm not, if somebody is wanting to be around and we have to share a same space, um I'm okay with it. If you call me and I disagree, I think the difference I want to be able to do is just say it, because I need you to know. It's like with my kids, I need you to know why I'm mad. I need you to know why you in trouble. And that's the thing that I feel like I've cut out of relationships, is that if I walked away, if I cut people off, I never told them why. And it could have been that they just, I could have, that could have been the opportunity for me to show them what they look like. And I've had a friend to say, "What did I do to you? What did I do to you?" And it was genuinely nothing big. It was just, it was a boundary that was crossed. And because it was my boundary, and I felt like I didn't, it wasn't worth it me trying to hold her accountable for my boundary, that I just cut her off. And so for that, I just feel like, at least if I'm going to walk away or I'm going to treat you different, I can be better about saying it. So if somebody called me right now and we don't talk and you ask me for money, I'm going to say, "Hey, I've called you several times and you didn't call me back, and I'm not upset about it. But to call me after months and months and months and say, 'Hey, I need to borrow some money.'" I'm going to say, "No. If we were in better relationship, yeah, I could do it. I mean, the Lord might tell me to do something different, but from a shun right in this very moment, I'm 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 not going to do it based off of, we just don't have that relationship. But I want to be able to say that to you. I I don't get,
Mm-mm.
to me it's more valuable now in at least being clear about my stance. I don't want people to ever wonder about me. You gonna know where you stand with me.
That's too much.
That's giving them too much.
I don't feel I had to explain anything. I don't feel like I had to go into a speech on why I'm not doing whatever. It's one or two words, yes or no. I don't have to tell you
So if I
why
call,
not. I don't have to tell nothing. Again, it's about peace. I believe everybody know what they doing, and it's on you to accept it or not. It ain't even about them. They are who they are. You
yeah,
are who you are.
yeah.
So I ain't going into no explanation about you, what you doing to me or whatever. I know when I'm being a butthole. I know when I could have did or said something better. You know, hindsight is 2020. You think about certain things and you come back and correct it if that's on your heart. If that ain't on their heart, obviously I'm not what I think I am to them, and it's no issue. I'm just gonna distance myself and keep it pushing. I ain't trying to explain nothing to nobody about nothing. For
Babe.
what?
But I don't think it's explaining. And so
I
that's the thing.
well, if I'm using more than one or two words, I'm giving a
So
speech.
if they call and say, "Hey, why we ain't friends anymore?" You just gonna be like, "I'll call you back." You're not gonna
Uh,
offer.
Man, who really? I mean, females might do that. But what dude finna call me? Why we ain't talking no more?
You so
What
you
dude finna call
But
me?
I mean, it could happen. But if they did, I'm asking you, if
Okay.
they did, would you just not give them the answer?
Huh? Dude, I'm focused on me right now. Man, the phone go both ways. So obviously if we ain't talked in a while, It goes both
I
ways.
know that's what I'm
So I'm
saying.
not finna
But
explain nothing.
listen, y'all. We gotta talk this out. Listen, I'm being serious.
Me
If
too.
they called you, they ain't saying why you ain't called me.
Okay,
They saying I feel like it's something going on. Like I feel like me and you got an issue. Are we good?
man, that's that guilty conscience.
But
That's what that is.
why you can't answer? Why can't you just answer and say you pissed
Bro,
me
I'm
off?
good.
But that's not true because you don't
Yeah,
want
I am good.
you are
I,
good, but I'm saying you not.
I,
To me,
I,
there's
I
an accountability measure there, and to me, it is if it's one thing for
if,
you not to say nothing and you don't go
if,
give it, but they call you and this is your chance to hold them accountable. Direct, they don't have to take responsibility for what you
how has
said.
my life been affected since I've not spoke to this person?
Babe, I'm not saying your life has been affected
I'm,
in a
I'm
negative
saying
way.
uh, so it's been affected in a positive way.
No, I didn't say that either.
That's what I'm saying.
I think well, so we're gonna say this. We're gonna say this. We're gonna say that. Well, for me,
Man,
I'm not
get
saying for
them
you.
folks.
For me, I'm saying I'm saying I don't disagree with the hey cutting people off all that.
And
I
it ain't cutting them off. It's protecting your peace, your honor, and where you are. It
okay,
ain't even nothing to do with them. You doing it for yourself.
yeah. Well, so let me say this. I just had a revelation when you said that. You just said that you're a man of few words. You don't like all that this that and other. I like explanations. That's the street I live on. And for me, if you come to me and ask me, I feel like that is what my role is, to give an explanation as to why it does we are not friends, why we don't deal with each other, why you made me mad, why you made me like I and to me, I use that for in two ways. I use it to validate the people that are closest to me. So I recognize my weaknesses, but I also recognize the strengths in those friends around me that do pull me forward and make me want to be better. Even with you, I often like to say, I appreciate that. I appreciate the push. I appreciate you showing me how to be, what friendship looks like and how I need to work on some things. But in the same tone, for those people that I don't feel that way about, for me, if you ask me, I am doing you no justice by not being honest with you. I think that it may not even be my conversation, but it could be the conversation that, that truth, that accountability could be the thing that changes somebody for them to say, okay, I can't smooth this over. So to me, you sometimes you got to tell people how
Hmm.
they showing up because nobody's been holding them accountable all this time.
I believe in every relationship when you dealing with somebody,
Hmm.
you training them and teaching them how to handle you, right? By what you put up with and what you don't put up with. So I believe within interaction, uh, you showing people, even what you laugh at, it don't, what entertains you trains you. You know what I'm saying? So you teaching people how to handle you. I believe that if they locked in on that, and again, my face expression and I'll let you know in a few words. Nah, but if you continue, then you telling me, well, either A, I gotta fold and deal with this, or B, I could choose to not deal with it,
Sure.
and I'm gonna choose B.
Okay,
Uh,
so but you did say you communicated like
I say it
you
in a
threw
few words. Yeah, in a few
in a
words.
few
It don't
words.
take a lot. Less is more.
So we got a lot of stuff
No,
to
we
still
don't.
work through. I'm not saying particularly for
Oh,
that area. I'm
oh,
saying we still have a lot that we still have to work through and evaluate from an unhealthy pattern perspective. And that ain't your bag. It's mine.
yeah.
Yeah. I'm
We
not saying
different.
that.
This is an
100%.
individual thing.
Yeah,
Yeah,
100%.
yeah.
We're both very confident in our individual selves. Like we don't have to have the crowd. Like that. I don't have to have the rah rah. Like that's not.
My best friend, my brother, living around the corner. I
Yes.
don't talk to him every day.
I
I
didn't say
don't
you.
see him every day. We don't have that expectation because he knows me. But
Sure.
when we talk, when we do talk, it's
Yeah.
like like how you call somebody like, "Hey, I ain't heard from you in a while." Blah blah. Some type of. We don't have that kind of
Sure.
conversation.
Them the
As
best
we
friends.
know, yeah, we know each other.
Yeah.
So, and that comes with you training people how to deal with you. People that really mess with you, they pick up on those things. They
Yeah.
don't have that kind of
Well,
expectation of you.
so let me say this though, because y'all, this took a whole different. We were supposed to be talking
My
about
bad.
this. No, this is good. I appreciate it. But that's a good point because that means that he's observed you. A lot of the times, the people that you're saying, in my opinion,
Mm.
that do not hear us or they are not observing how they are crossing our space, that means that they are not observing us in our demeanor, what makes us work in the relationship. And so, for instance, um, one of the things that I don't like is for people to pop up at my house um, uninvited, unannounced, all the things. And so, but I also know my aunt doesn't like the same thing and she stays right around the corner. Now, could I just go over there? She would open the door for me. She would, feed me if she had some food, all the things. But because I know that that's something that's important, I'm going to respect that boundary. But you have some people because they think this way, and we had this conversation with a family member on your side maybe last year. They think because of how they show up that it should just be automatic for other people, and that's to me where the line gets blurred. It's because they're expecting them out of you, and that's not always the case. So because and they may say, if you let me borrow $20 and then I didn't pay you back, but for me, if somebody borrowed $20 from me and I didn't care about them not paying it back, then I would be like, you mad about the $20? Because in my head, I wouldn't care about the $20. So I expected you not to care. You see what I'm saying? There's oftentimes a
Expectation.
misguided, yeah. That's what
Uh,
I'm. But there, but it's also very self-focused. Meaning
mm,
they didn't observe Corrie. They observed their space with you and said, well, this is how I show up. In my head, it should just make sense for Corrie to appear the same way. And so that's what I'm saying. The reason your brother around the corner, y'all get along so well is because he knows you. That's the joke in our group, is that they know how you are and you know how he is. And so you guys develop boundaries based off of the respect of your observations of each other. Everybody don't do that. And so when you said people, you're teaching
so
people.
everybody that don't do that, again, you have a choice.
I agree, babe. But what I'm
Uh,
saying is that's a big assumption that when you said I'm teaching them what I
I don't
do and
have any
don't.
assumptions.
No,
I don't have no
you
expectations.
no
No,
listen.
all I said was on me.
No, no,
It
no.
ain't it ain't if they ain't that, then
But listen,
I don't want nobody to change nothing they doing.
I know, but you said
Keep doing that.
you said you teaching people.
Yeah, by your interaction, they should
Exactly.
be
But
learning you.
right, I agree. But I'm saying that's not the case. When they have not, it's because they're looking. You said this a long time ago. Sometimes people look at me for what I do. They ain't looking at you for your how you show up every day. They looking at you for how you can help or support, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that's what I'm saying. That there's a difference in me knowing Corrie and me knowing Corrie likes the color red, or me knowing that Corrie could let me borrow some money if he has it. Like those are two different things. There's me knowing what you can do for me, and then there's me knowing just about you overall. People aren't always making that observation. That's all I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying. Is that, and so for me, when you haven't made that observation about me, then that's where I'm saying, if you call me and you said, hey, I haven't heard from you, or what's going on, I feel like it's a little bit of a strain there.
You
I
talking
can
to me now?
Right, we're talking now. What is everything okay? And I in that moment I could choose to do two things. I could choose to just not say anything and just go with the flow and pretend like we cool and all that, or I can say, let me just say this: you crossed the line for me, and I'm good on it. But rather than um, asking you to do this or do that, I just decided to bow out gracefully. And to me, there is where I feel like, depending on where this person fits in the realm of me, that there's a level of accountability. And again, this is where different, but this is also where I think too, Corey, is also, we joke about the heart and the head. This is for me, he I know you say you don't need people and all this other stuff, but he is very, like you said, he's been raised around women, he's very emotional. And for me, uh, it's not emotional, it's very much so just a practical state of being. Like, let me just tell you what it is. You may not change my mind about it, but at least where I'm coming from, and I don't want you to change anything for me. And that's actually always been my stance. I don't say anything because I was like, I shouldn't have to make you change for me. I mean, I don't like it, and I get to choose. And so that's why I said my word for this year is choose. I get to choose how I want to be in relationship with people. And so no, I just think that it's, but one of the things that you did recently, we have, for me, when we develop these relationships, a lot of times you don't know what a relationship or true friendship or brotherhood or sisterhood looks like until there's an opportunity that comes. But so one thing I wanted to talk about, Corey told you guys that he started a line. We were talking about Black History. He started a clothing line. And so, see this pretty red sweatshirt that I have on? It just dropped this week, right, babe?
Friday, Saturday, yeah, Friday,
Friday.
yeah.
It dropped Friday. And you want to say anything about it?
It's the of course it's red. It's the Team Bam crew neck for Heart Month. If you could show them the back, it has the heart on it. Um, my dad, who passed from a, I don't know, yeah, they can see it. Passed from a massive heart attack at the young age of 58. Um, then myself having heart issues um, last year with AFib and things of that nature. Then I have other friends that have their wives or themselves have, pacemakers and things of that nature. Matter of fact, when I was in ICU, they told me I would need a pacemaker and that I would be on the breathing machine for the rest of my life. You
Come back,
know,
come
okay.
back, come back, come
Anyway,
back.
I ain't on none of that crap. But still, it's still something to be mindful of, especially in the African American community, because we don't do we not proactive as far as with our health. We'd rather not know than know.
Yes.
Matter of fact, I'm doing the at the heart hospital. The what is it? The I forgot the name of it. I got the appointment in April where they check your arteries and
Okay. I don't know
I
what you
forgot
call it,
the
but I know what you're talking about.
yeah.
Yeah.
I'm doing that just as one of my proactive measures to make sure that I'm good or seeing what I need to do. Make sure I don't have any blockage or anything like that. But yeah, this release on teambamclothing.com. I'm gonna take some of the proceeds and try to find somewhere I could donate some kind of heart association or nonprofit as well. Um, but just doing my part, man, to help the community and be a part of the community. And I think the shirt is fly.
It is. It's a beautiful red. Like, it's showing up so great on screen. I love it. One of the things that I did sign up to do, and I hadn't had a chance to really talk to you about it, is I will be a coach for the Arkansas Heart Walk in April of this year, and I have to build a team out, and so donations and all that other stuff. And I'll probably put some stuff out there on social media, and probably even send some emails out so I can build the team up. I'm excited. So this is the part I didn't know, y'all. Full disclosure. I thought the coach part was just building the team. I didn't know the donation part was an aspect of it. And so, anyway, new places, new things. And so I'm trying to dare to be different this year. So I was like, okay, I'll follow through with it. And so I'm excited to be able to participate and be a part of something that has affected both of us, um, close and far away in our family. And so anyway, we want to be intentional about our education, about spreading that education, and then again being an example of what that transformation and those and applying those things we learn into our lives every day. Because again, this isn't a sprint, this is a marathon. You only get one body, and we want to do the right thing by that body. So I think with that, oh, so coming up, we'll do another check-in. We'll probably have a few more check-ins on how things are progressing, and I want to share some apps and things like that that we are using, and even some of the snacks that are really, really good. And like I said, in the month of March, we celebrate Women's Month. And for me, I wanted to kind of talk about Black women in leadership, what that looks like, the struggles every day. Anything you want to say, babe, before we say sign off?
Drink water and guard your peace.
Stay up, stay ready, be blessed.